Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Weren't on last week, kind of busy, so good to be back. Good to see everyone back again. As it is. So who we got on YouTube first of all? Got Apple. How you doing, chap? Ice Queen. Hi Sue. How are you? Uh, Scaling Models. Mike. How you doing, chap? Sarah Jane. Hi Sarah. Hope you're all well. And that'll do me for a minute. So not much more to do on this Chieftain, as far as I can see. So we shall get on. We've got the decals here, just having a little look, figuring out what I'm doing. What I have noticed is there's loads of little armour glass windows on the Chieftain. Let me move this out of the way. So I'm going to have to try and make glass for the windows. Windows on a tanker, who would have believed it? So here's the old tank with a base that I done, you know, generic base. How you doing, Paul? Plastic Monkey Paul there. Evening, Trevor. So, on the Chieftain here, just looking carefully at photographs and so on and so on. Just behind the driver, you can't really see because of the light there. Yeah, you might see better there. Just behind the driver here, just there behind him is a window, armoured glass. There's armoured glass up here. There's armoured glass up here, somewhere about there, and then there's armoured glass all the way around this turret, this bit here, all around that driver, which I didn't realise was all armoured glass. So the problem I'm going to have there, hi Muse, how's tricks? Problem I'm going to have there is it's near enough all built. So I'm going to have to try and create an armoured glass look. So I have Alclad armoured glass, which is like that greeny kind of clear glass kind of carry on. So my theory behind it is, if I'd have realised at the time, I would have maybe cut all that out with a Dremel and then fitted clear perspex. But because it's now built and everything else and whatnot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint them a silver, like a metal finish, on each one. Then I'm going to go back with the old crystal clear and put that over the silver to create like a clear, obviously like a light, like a window on a lens light kind of thing, and then go over it once it's dry next week with the armoured glass colouring, and then that should, in theory, give me the armoured glass kind of see-through look that we're after. So it's a bit of a carry-on, to say the least, because I didn't really think about that at the time. But it is what it is. So I'm just going to remove that turret if I can without breaking it. It should come off if I remember rightly. Yeah, there you go. And that'll just make it a little easier for me to handle when I do the one behind the chap there at the very back there. So that's my theory. Paint that an aluminium colour, then crystal clear on it by the end of today, and then hopefully, in theory, put the armoured glass coating on it, and it should look good. Couple other things left to do on this. In the smoke thingy-majigs, I need to put a little tiny black dot in there, you know, in each one, just to make it so it looks like it's hollow. And I get the right part. On the rear of the exhausts, what I've noticed on pictures is there's a little white a decal that goes on there, and it's just slightly got a bit of carbon off the back of the exhaust. The exhausts are pretty much the colour of the tank. It's just like the outer edges that has a bit of carbon in there, so I need to deal with that too and put a little blob of black on the inside of them. So it's like finishing touches kind of thing. Paint them a very dark blue. Yeah, I have a blue translucent. I was going to use that. That was my kind of theory. Evening, Brian. Bill, sorry. And Annette. How you doing, Annette? Good to see you. Evening, Stuart. What are you saying? How's life where you've moved to? All good, I hope? Hope all's going well, buddy. Yeah, so do I do it a dark blue, or do I just try and do this glass effect and go really fancy with it? That's $1 million question. I guess the fancy way would really be the way. To try and make it more realistic. But it's a hard call. I have got armoured glass. Armoured glass is, I can see it there. It's like a, I don't know how well you can see that. Not very well when it's a dusty bottle, that's for sure. Can you see that? It's like a transparent kind of greeny blue, which is the right kind of armoured glass colour. So my theory was to create that with that. Then it would look like kind of proper then, I would have said. I was at Bridgend today and I missed you. You should come back to the club, mate, on a Friday, 6 till 8. I know you stay quite far away. Good, taking a break from packing. Oh, good stuff. I'm good, thanks, Stuart. Yeah, not bad. The fancy effect method is only really appropriate for 3rd gen tanks fitted with laser reflecting vision blocks. Panzer, that's gone way over my head, pal. That is like kind of just gone. You should know me by now. I've got no idea. Everything's like sticky out thingies and whatever. There's no fancy terminology for me and tanks, I'm afraid. I'm like, yeah, armor builder's nightmare because I just have no idea. So I just kind of go along as I go along. Right, while we decide what we're doing with that, I'm going to try and get these little black dots in. So for that, I'm going to use a small cocktail stick. And if I cut enough off the right amount, Fred, take a look at your references. The vision blocks look dark, not light. Right, I'll have a little butchers in 2 seconds, pal. That will do me. Little cocktail stick with the end trimmed off. I kind of was looking at the photos, and the ones around the turrety bit, they did look dark. But you see that big one right there? It's really kind of bright, clear, see-through kind of looking, which is going to be a bit of a booger to create. The rest look like mirrors, to be honest, but that might be the reflection of the sunshine on the tank itself. They definitely looked quite clean, just a little dusty on the top around this top bit, but generally quite clean, so I'm going to go with that. Hi William, how you doing? How did the boat turn out? Have I finished it? Stuart, you've jumped from Facebook to YouTube. I've just realised. No, the the boat. You mean the Turpits? The Turpits is still the same, mate. I've not done nothing on it. My plan was to try and get this built and then carry on with the Turpits. But the Turpits is here. Look, that's where we're at on that. That's for Stuart's benefit. So, you know, it's getting there. It's a bit more than just a boat, mate. It's a bit longer than just a boat. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll crack on with that once I get this done. I'll get this black on while Panzers decides on what I should do best. Panzer's been keeping me right on the old tank build. Evening, Eric. Here's Eric. Yeah, Eric, how you doing? I hope you're keeping well built. That black's dead. Okay, there for the bin. The one you're referring to is a clear cover for the main site. Right, so what am I doing in Panzer? Come on. Talk to me. You got a name like Pansy, you've got to get there, you know? That paintwork is better than the real thing. All good fun. What I'm doing, I'm just you probably won't see that, but it looks black to you anyway on the camera, but it's not inside. So what I've done is I've just put a little drop of black paint on there. And I'm just popping that in. I can touch up anywhere I need to after. It's just giving me that black kind of. Well, on the close-up photos you would see it more. I'm just waiting for old Panzer boys. Just paint it the same glossy dark blue. Glossy dark blue. Right. That's going to be a challenge on its own. I'll hunt out my little humble box and see what. Oh, I'm going to need to touch up a couple of bits on this. The old one eye I've just kind of missed completely, but there's a way of cleaning that up without worrying too much. I shall show you. Right, it's acrylic paint and I've just kind of missed a little bit and gone over. So what I'm going to do is we want screen wash. Oh, he's jumping about. He's back onto Facebook now, Stuart. He's jumping around like a yo-yo. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use that and just wipe over that top edge, just gently like that. That'll clean up any mishaps on the edges. I don't know if you'll see that very well, but I forgot I just sat that jerry can in there. I never glued it in. And it's just fell down, so. because it's acrylic paint, we can get away with doing it this way, which is all good fun. Right, I'll have to see what dark blues I've got in a minute. I think I've got like a dark, what you know, like a royal blue. So that might work. We shall see in a minute. Boom, 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 boom. Just to give the impression that they're hollow. Could have pre-drilled them, I suppose, but it's my first bit of armour, so maybe next time I'll pre-drill and do all that carry on. Fred, modern vision blocks are coated with a laser reflecting finish that gives a yellow and red colour shift depending on where you look from. The Chieftain predates all these. Oh, right, okay. You lot know better than me, that's for sure. Now, super. There's the other side there. My little black dots in there. So it looks like they're hollow now, you see. I think those are the last resort close quarter explosives that will kill within a 50 metre or so. Yeah, something like that. Right. That's them ones done anyway. I just want to do the same on these exhausts because they're a little bit bigger and get away with a paintbrush. Let's see what I'm doing. That's cool. Good stuff. There. I don't know if you can see that. But I've just painted the insides of them because they're green, you know, where I was airbrushing. It just gives them that sort of hollow effect, like there, like they should be. Hi David, how are you? I'll put some of this in. Finished off strawberry cheesecake. So, oh, here we go. Starting to talk about food now. There we go. Nice and clean. Sorted. How am I getting on at work? Work's great, mate. I enjoy my work. It's been good. It's all good fun. So, a dark blue we need. Stupid phone keeps posted it twice back. Right. Let's have a little looky loo in here. See what dark blues I've got. If I remember rightly, that's a metallic-y blue, I think. Oh, that might do it. What about that, Panzer? Is that a dark enough blue? Or is that too dark? I shall wait for the reply. Right, so I'll put that there first. You can say first. Oh, you spilled it there. Well, I've got a slightly lighter blue there. Don't look it, but it is. The cameras don't help. Looks good to you, right? Well, that'll do. We'll go with that then. And if anyone starts slating it and going blah blah blah, I'll just head them your direction. Good stuff. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, it's good fun, mate. I'm learning all sorts. It's all good. Back to work Sunday, so Sunday to Thursday. In a couple of weeks, I'll be on a week's holiday. And I won't be online on the Saturday. I think it's the 21st of this month. I won't be online. I'm going to a wedding up at Aberdeen, so I won't be online on the 21st. A good friend of mine who's a model builder over on Twitter. I've met him many times at model shows and whatnot. Like a lot of guys, you know, I'm quite privileged in that aspect. That people say, "Oh, online friends are not real friends." Well, it's a load of cobblers, because I've met many people that are online. Known them for years, chatted to them for years. They're good friends, you know, like yourselves. So, and hopefully when shows get back up and running, we shall all meet again. That's the idea. Eventually, use the darker and pop the lighter colour into the centre as a highlight. Yep, I will do. All good, thanks. Just had lunch. Smoked haddock, mashed potato and peas with donut and ice cream to finish. I had a haddock actually, like a homemade haddock fish cake with a mad sauce in it. It was nice. Yes, Stuart, it is tablet trays, and they just come in handy when you're thinning a little bit of paint, when you're just doing like little detailing and stuff like that, or if you just want a little drop, and you can just use it, and then when you're done you can just bin them. My missus takes a lot of tablets, so I collect them up. I've got another one there. They just come in handy when they end up a mess. You just bin them. Right, so we'll go with a darker one, because it might end up a little bit darker, you know, because of the green that's on here already. Now I'm going to have to use my magnifier, I'm afraid, for a minute. There's no way of me keeping that in the camera shot and doing it. If I don't get it right, it's going to stand out on the photographs, so I need to use this so I can get it right. Well, I'll show you in a sec. I've just got in from work, and like you, I'll be working tomorrow. Hi Stuart, how you doing, fella? Yeah, back to the grindstone. Good to hear that you're well enough to go back to work, mate. So like I say, yeah, I've got this lovely wedding to go to, and it's actually the weekend from the 20th kind of thing. But I've got all week off, so I maybe go live during the week on a Tuesday or something if I'm not busy. I'm kind of going to probably have to touch this up a little. I've not got the steadiest of hands. This is actually the dark blue that I used on my F1 Mark Webber build, Formula One, a long time ago. I just happened to still have the paint for it. It'll need neatening up. And that is not too bad. Just getting it up. Right, is the light gone back to normal yet? So, if you can see that. Can't see that very well at all, can you? There. Can you see that behind him? How's that, Panzer? That good enough? I think that'll be alright like that. I use beer bottle tops. Good idea, isn't it? Definitely a good idea. Beer bottle tops. That works just as well. My trouble is I'm a brandy man. So, mind you, I get quite a lot of metal tops from the bottles, right enough. I do like half bottle, half a litre. Don't want to say too much. But I am quite well known for drinking a fair whack. Looks good. Cool. This one here, believe it or not, is harder because it's got that silly barrel in the way. You should have thought about that before I started it. This one's actually got little window wipers on it, which I didn't think you'd have on a tank, but there you go. Shows how little I know. What I'm going to do, I'm going to prat about too much. Just going to paint over that window wiper. I'll pick out the detail with the black when I paint the gun black. Oh God, I can hardly see what I'm doing here. That's going to need a lot of touching up. Seriously? This one's not come out as neat. I need to touch this one up a little afterwards. You need a lot of touching up. Good, you're on a learning curve with this being your first tank. Yeah, just a tad. And a lot of things that are completely different and new to me, like this silly big barrel getting in the way, for sure. Right, kind of. I will neaten this up. Some green. Done it again. So at least Fred is doing proper modelling and not that Warhammer rubbish. Fighting talk there. Fred, you could dry brush it with white to get the glass effect. Yeah, or I could just stick some of that crystal clear over the top of it to give it that shiny shine kind of look afterwards. Neat. Next one, I do believe. Oh my gosh. You sure this is going to be alright, Panzer, all the way around the fucking... all around the trucking. Didn't mean to say that. All around these side ones. If you can see that. You've got all these little side ones. Are you sure that dark blue is going to be alright to go all the way around that and not look too much? That's how the front one looks. Think that'll be alright going all the way around? Only thing wrong is the cost, yeah. Okay folks, time for me to head off. No worries, Panzer. You take care, pal. And I shall see you again soon, no doubt. You know, I'm actually gonna go with that all the way around. Just for the sake of it and see what happens. Worst comes to worst, I can change it. So, not a problem. Panzer goes, oh no! Then I know, oh no, and change it. And get a little bit better brush than that one. A little bit more control. Had to go and chase. Had to go and chase 20 kids off my landing, and then the neighbour's door opened. Wolfie come out snarling, baring his teeth, and took off. I'm just going to give this one here a go. And see how it looks. Do you know, it would really help if my hands didn't keep shaking and touching things. Kind of annoying. The good thing is, the windows, or whatever they are roughly the thickness of the brush. When you're painting. It's kind of minimum mistakes, hopefully. He says. Hoping. Definitely going to need a touch up here and there. But it's easier just to touch up with a green than it is to try and mess about like this. You know what I mean? Nearly there. And I realised this before I built that bit, and not like an afterthought. I would have probably masked it. And done it, but you live and learn. Now it's dead fiddly to get in them gaps. I've got the not pilot. I've got the chap's hands in the way. Some daft, he went and glued all the figures in, didn't he? Now I've got a gun in the way. Unreal. Milo getting like a proper armour builder now, moaning all the time. That's definitely going to need a touch up, that bit. Right. Biggest thing I've learned with this so far, really, is that there's so many fiddly, sticky out bits that just get in the way. Really, that's the biggest thing I've learned. Oh, nearly, nearly dropped it. Right, that one there. Yeah, that one there is definitely a window. That one's not. And that one is, right. One more. Reggie. Reggie doing a cracking job for your first armour. Cheers, pal. I don't know about that, but it's been enjoyable. Right. One just there. A lot of windows on these things, or whatever you want to call them, viewing points or whatever. I suppose there needs to be though, because you need to be able to look around, see what's happening. But there's more on it than what I expected, to be honest. Right, so bear in mind that there's going to be some touching up and whatever when I show you this. But it's a nice dark blue. That's it. That's the main thing. Just clean that brush and then I'll show you. Lid on that. What's that? I do as many tiny bits as I can at the end, otherwise I ruin them. Yeah, I'm like that with aircraft because I'm always snapping bits off and whatnot. But I didn't realise on a tank actually how many there is. So let me see that blue there. Not on the barrel there, but obviously up around this bit here, on here. try and get you a shot where you can see it better. It's definitely a blue. It's like a metallic, not a metallic, but. And then can you see that around that top, all around this bit here? Goes all the way around. See that blue all the way around. You see where I messed up there a little bit, I need to touch up. But all the way around there. Goes all the way around, basically. Even under his hand and stuff. And then there's the one under the pilot's elbow there, as well as that one there. So there you go. A little touching up, but yeah, not bad. No, all good fun, as they say. Hi Steve, we've got loads of Steve now. No, Stuart, so yeah, Steve's alright. How you doing, chap? So we've kind of got our blues. Blues are on there now. You can't see very well. It's really crap, the light in here. See, because we ain't had the sunshine and stuff anymore. Leave it like that. You can definitely see the blue on there. And all the way around there, so all good. So I'll touch it up anyway. We've got our black in the exhausts there now underneath, so I want to put a bit of burnt carbon around the edges. Burnt carbon, where are you? Oh, there it is. Burnt carbon. So I'm going to Alclad burnt carbon, but I'm just going to use the brush on the edge of the exhausts with it, and then we'll try and get that decal on there so I can sort that out. Trying to find a decent, half decent time soft brush. Just so I can, yeah, that'll do it. I'm going to put that around that edge. It's something you won't see now, but you'll see when it comes to photos. You might see it. I don't know if you will. I'll see if you can see it. Probably not. No, you can't really see it. It's hard to know what you can see and what you can't on these cameras. Just ordered from Amazon another book, Blood Angels. Get another carrier from my Hell Blasters ride in comfort. Cool. So I'll do that for a minute. Now I want some water. What we got? 45 minutes, yeah. Right, I'm just going to get some water. It'll be 2 seconds for my decals. sorted. The joys of having stuff right next door and all that makes things quicker. Right, now decal tray sorted. Now I'll put the lid. Oh, what I've done with the lid. So we've got these little numbers that go on the back here, and it has a little bit of carbon on it from the exhaust. So I want to get that on, so then next time I'm live we can do the carbon bit on the exhaust like that. So it's this little one here. That one. And is it 57? 57, yeah. So I want that 0057 number plate. And I noticed there's a little bit of carbon deposit on some of these bits. And obviously I want to get that done. YouTube has been playing about with sound all day. Not long I have to keep restarting my PC and get it back. Oh right. Chat just disconnected. Did it? Doesn't say it disconnected here. It normally tells me. That's kind of strange. But then like Apple said, they tend to mess about a little bit and mess everything up. Right, bit of mica set, mica salt, set before salt, E before O. Just whoop some of that on there like that. Little tweezers. Make sure I get this the right way up. And it goes on there. See, it's going to be fun once these decals and that start going on, I think. And I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Boom, boom. Now, so on the back there now, we've got the registration and a number there, and it just means I can put a little bit of carbon on and whatnot, and just, you know, get it a little bit weathered once they're set, which is all good. So I need an orange now and a red. I've got my little pot of red there. I'm going to quickly do these two little circles, disappearing and whatnot. There's some orange there, because I want to do this bit before I start weathering and all that carry on. So top of that. And it goes in. In that little circle there. Right, you see that little red dot there? And on the other side, it's orange. Apparently. Once I grubby that up, it should look cool. Ah, see that? Orange and red on the ends there. That's how I like them little pots, you see. You just got that odd little stupid bit that you'll never use anything else for, apart from this kind of stuff. So, right, other decals just for the sake of it, while we've got a few minutes still to go, is this wonderful one here. And then when I do the dusting and weathering and all that lot, it'll should all blend in nice. We want the front one and that. I'm kind of not going to take photos anymore. That little red one there. Because it's near the end of the build, and hopefully by next week we should be pretty much there. I'm just going to leave the photographs until the end. Two big ones. I want to do dusting and stuff, and obviously you want to dust over the decals too, so yeah. So this one goes at the back there. Right next to that. Where? Obviously I'll show you it online. Here, just before I go. So starting to look apart there. We've got one more little one, and it goes on the back of this. rest of that. Says AF, whatever that stands for. Yeah. AF on the back there. Flip it round. Number plate. Boots. Yeah. All good fun, this. Let me see. Who's in line? Just top of that. All good fun. Keep telling myself that so I don't crack up. Decals really bring a model to life, and definitely, even on aircraft, you know, you're building it and then you start doing the camo, and the camo can look really cool. I mean, it looked alright on this too, you know, and then the decals really, I think, make all the difference on a build. I think it really just makes the model, you know. There you go. 56, whatever that's for. And checking. Right, and then the next bits are on the sides. So if I put that on there now, get that without breaking it on. There you go. Push down and down. There we go. We've got it how we want it again. And without touching decals like a dafty, I want second big panel just under the smoke screen things. Right. Just under the panel, the smoke screens. This one on. They're actually really nice decals, to be honest. There's not excess clear around the outer edges, right between them two. Which two? This one, them two, right over there. Like that. There's a slightly bigger decal. I'm going to just make sure there's no excess by rubbing it. So I can get this without touching a decal. You'll be able to see. There you go. That's the trouble when you're doing the decals. Not accidentally touching them and then them being stuck to your finger, which I have done many a time. Or I thought they're dry and I've gone to pick up the model to do some more and still ended up with one stuck to my finger, which is annoying. AF could mean always forward motion, as a driver can't see backwards. Oh wait, I'm learning all sorts on this build. Don't know how much of it will stay sunk into my head. because just shortly, once this is done, we shall be back on the old turpets. And then once that's done, we'll get back onto aeroplanes, which is really what I prefer. But it's been fun. So, that's my hour. All stuck to the tweezers, yeah. I find the old decal trays are really handy though. These, because they don't go down too far. You know, when you got like a little dish and you got them tiny ones that are just like tip of the finger job, you know, just tiny, microscopic, and you end up just ruining them. So anyway, got a couple of decals on there. We've got our little blue window behind the driver done, or whatever he is. I've got all my blue windows around this chap here, and my little blue window there, and the one above as well. We've got the decals on the sides, got the decals on the back, the red and the orange dots, and the decal up there and whatnot. A bit of carbon on the exhaust there that you can't really see very well, but it's definitely there. And we done all the little black inside that and on the smoke screeny thingamajigs to make them look like they've been bored out. So we're definitely getting there. It's all these little finishing touches really, like when I done the chipping and that. So next time we'll try and put the old jerry can back in. Next time I'm gonna do some dusting around the top. All this top section is quite dusty, and in the wheels, the sides seem to be quite clear on the originals where they've been cleaned regular, but you get quite dusty up here, and on the sides of the wheels, not overly dusty, just, you know, a bit dusty. And obviously being my first tank, I want to play around a little bit. Oh, Jerry's fell out again. So yeah, so that's it so far. We're definitely getting there. Everything moves and does what it's supposed to, and all good. They're the little trumpeter decal trays. They're really good, and they're not expensive at all. They're cheap, but they do the trick. Looking very nice. Yay to aeroplanes. Yeah, well, sure, I've got the ones Rob sent me. So one will be in camo with the sprayed insignia and stuff, which I'm used to doing. And then I've got the civilian one, which I've never done a civilian one, so it'll be quite interesting to see how a Spitfire looks in civilian markings. But we shall see how it goes on that. That's kind of the other side of the challenge. Plus, sure, I've got the 3D decals for the interior from my mate Chris. So, yeah, can't wait. But I've got a long way to go before I do that, because I've got the turpits, and the turpits is so much rigging and everything to do on it, and everything else. It's going to be an absolute nightmare, but it'll be fun. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you very much, everybody, for popping by. I really appreciate the likes and the comments and everything else. I really do. It's appreciated 100%, as you know. If you know what I'm like, you know I mean it. And yeah, all good fun. So like I say, I'll definitely be next Saturday. Then I think the following week's the week I've got off, and I won't be on the Saturday, but I'll try and do the Tuesday, maybe even the Thursday as well, just because I'm off them days. No, Thursday I won't, sorry, because I'll be travelling to Aberdeen for the wedding. But definitely maybe the Tuesday instead of the Saturday, but you'll see it all come up on notifications anyway. See you later, Fred. Take care and stay safe. Cheers, Annette. You take care. Say hi to your mum. Hi, mum, if she's watching. Your mum. Bye, Sue. Take care and good to see you. Thanks, everyone. Take care. And you know where I am if you want me. Send a message, whatever. I'm about. And that's about it. So stay safe, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye for now.